For this week, we have careers in sports officiating. Okay, so how to become a referee, umpire, and other sports officials. A high school diploma and other training is usually required to become a referee, umpire, or sport official. Every state has their own requirements, and some sporting associations even have guidelines that must be followed. Training sessions or seminars are held before, during, and after the season so everyone remains familiar with any rule changes, improve their officiating, and evaluate their current knowledge of the sporting or event regulations. So a training must be required at least for you to be knowledgeable for the different rules and regulations of each game event. Another one, some work for high school athletic programs and usually are required to be registered with the state or other local agency that oversees athletic for educational settings. It is common for umpires and referees to be required to take and pass an exam once they have been trained to ensure efficiency and ethical practice. So this one usually has um, performance examination or exam. Okay. So for the job description of a referee, umpire, and other sports official, umpire and referees and sports official officiate at competitions, sporting events, and other games. This means he or she is responsible for judging performances of the competitors to determine who has won on event. There comes a time where an event, for example, is very tight when it comes to the race. The competition is very tight that it is a very small detail to know who the declared winner is. For example, in um, long jump or in track and field. Okay, so the referee or umpire must be responsible for his judgment in order for the game to have credibility. So officials must inspect all equipment for safety and compliance as well as make sure the participants are safe to play. So this one is very, very crucial because as you can see, the safety of the players must be the number one consideration and utmost concern of the facilitators of the event. They need to keep watch over start and stop times, call attention to infractions when necessary, and regulate play. So all sports officials must be prepared to settle disputes by participants if there will be come a time where dispute may arise and enforce any penalties according to the rules of the game. He or she is expected to be able to anticipate a play, therefore place themselves into the best position to observe and judge a play. This is without any favorable judgment. So in the case of a sporting event that calls for more than one umpire or referee, one must be able, this one, like for example in basketball, you have one or two referee. One must be able to give the correct signals in the area of play concerning fouls or other rules of the game to other sporting officials. This is considered to be a highly stressful occupation because of the requirement and ability to split second sometimes unpopular decisions and rulings. So most sporting officials work part-time and work irregular hours, weekends, Evenings and holidays are often required in addition traveling to various sporting complexes or events. This can be local in the state that they reside in or across the country for like for example SEA Games. They work indoors and outdoors spending on the sport or event that are working at. Okay. So that is the typical job description of the referee and other umpire and sporting officials in the events. So it is also a very lucrative career because as you can see, Philippine loves sports. Our country loves sports. Every year we have a regional athletic meet. We have also a national, and we also complete with Southeast Asia and other Olympic. So having a career in referee in as a sporting official is also a lucrative career. You just have to find out which sports or events you are passionate at. Like for example, you are good with badminton, therefore you can learn or you must be trained as a sporting official of badminton. So choose a sport wherein it is closest to your heart or it is where your heart belongs to. Don't force yourself to learn a game wherein it is not in your passion. Okay? So a passion or a game where you like most, you enjoy playing it, therefore you will also love officiating it. Okay, so I hope you've learned something today about the careers for officiating officials.